Hi everyone, my name is Katie and this is my guide dog Gabrielle, and today I'm going to talk to you about the dangers of fake and undertrained service dogs. So this kind of came about because yesterday Gabrielle and I encountered a fake service dog. So I wanted to talk about it and spread awareness about why passing your pet off as a service animal is so harmful. So I will talk about our encounter yesterday at the end of the video, but for now I really want to address the risks that fake and undertrained service dogs propose in society and in public places. Gabby went over there. But first of all, what do I mean when I say fake service dog? Basically, what I mean by a fake service dog is any pet that has not been trained to do a specific task, and a dog that the owner cannot gain control of if it is misbehaving or displaying disobedience. I believe that another misconception that kind of plays into this topic is that emotional support animals are service animals. That is false. While emotional support animals can provide comfort to those with anxiety or depression, they do not fall under the category of a service animal and therefore do not have public access. And another problem that many people don't know about is that there are many online scams selling fake or fraudulent certifications, ID cards, and vests. Gear is sold online specifically to make it easy for people to pass their pets off as service animals. And since there is no law regarding certification of service animals, these people are getting away with it. Therefore, many people take advantage of this system and purchase materials to pass their pets off as service animals so that they can go everywhere with them. Now that you know what I'm referring to, I want to talk about the risks and dangers that these fake service animals present to society and to service animal teams like Gabrielle and I. First and foremost, a fake or untrained service animal could be very dangerous when granted public access. These dogs can be aggressive, have poor behavior, and subsequently be just out of control. Luckily, I haven't encountered aggression before, but the behavior that I have seen from these dogs is excessive barking, nervousness, pulling on the leash, lunging at me and Gabby, so on and so forth. This behavior is not only disruptive to everyone else sharing the public space, but it's disruptive to Gabrielle. It's not fair for Gabrielle to be concentrating and working hard at her job, only to have another dog lunging at her and trying to distract her when she's working. Luckily for me, Gabrielle isn't a medical alert dog, but the fake service dogs really propose significant risk to medical and seizure alert dogs. However, even if Gabrielle is distracted, she could lead me astray, run me into something, and that would pose danger to not only myself but to Gabrielle. Now luckily, Gabrielle is a rock star. She is so great whenever we have encountered fake service animals in the past. She tends to ignore them, but say she's having an off day, or if it was a different service dog team, it could still pose a great risk to us and others like us. Second of all, fake service dogs give legitimate service dog teams a really bad reputation. If business owners and the general public expect service animals to act out and bark and be disruptive, that's not a good thing for us. This creates even more access issues that most service dog teams are accustomed to. Another issue also relates to access problems. When encountering access issues, many service dog teams are confronted with the excuse that it is unsanitary for a dog to accompany people in environments such as restaurants or grocery stores. However, these concerns are legitimate if business owners are used to seeing service dogs come into their establishment being disruptive and possibly defecating on the floor. That's what happens when dogs aren't trained. Most of the time, these dogs are nervous and confused, and they don't know better. So therefore, these fake service dogs do kind of create a problem as far as public health and sanitation. So the bottom line is, please don't fall for these scams. There are fake service dogs out there, and it is absolutely unacceptable for a dog to display extremely disruptive behavior in public. Under these circumstances, business owners are allowed to ask the service dog team to leave. Not only does it create a problem for the general public, but it really puts service dog teams like Gabrielle and I at a great risk. Please, if you're thinking about trying to pass your pet off as a service dog, don't do it. It's not fair to the public, and it's really not fair to your pet either. I read articles and hear news reports about fake service dogs all the time, but it really hits home when it happens to you. Yesterday, Gabrielle and I were shopping at Walmart. Not even 3 minutes into our shopping, I heard barking from another dog, and the disgruntled handler trying to control it. It was obviously barking at Gabrielle, and it was coming from a couple of aisles away, so I just avoided it and shrugged it off. When it came time to check out, there was only one line open. So I went in the line, and sure enough, the fake service dog and the handler were standing right in front of us. As soon as we came into sight, the dog immediately started barking again. I stood at the end of the conveyor belt to try to avoid the dog, but as the handler was paying, the dog started lunging at Gabrielle in addition to barking. The dog must have been on either a really long lead or some sort of retractable leash, because as soon as it started lunging, it got really, really close to Gabrielle. So close that it was touching her. Gabrielle was so amazing throughout the whole thing. She just sat there and looked at me. Anyway, I got in between the dog and Gabrielle in an attempt to keep the dog away from her, just in case it was aggressive. The dog was pawing at my legs, trying to get past me to Gabrielle, and the handler was doing nothing. I was shocked. Finally, I said, "Can you please control your dog?" Then the handler started making all of these excuses like, "Oh, the dog's been in the car for 15 hours. Sorry, the dog's been in the car for so long. Sorry. And it was clear that she was offended at me for saying something, even though her dog was literally pawing at my legs to try to get to my guide dog. I just kind of stood there while she kept babbling and sarcastically repeating that she was sorry. And then, as she walked away, finally pulling her dog away from my legs, she muttered to the cashier, "Some people," and then left. Like she has the audacity to be offended at me. Sorry, I'm asking you to control your dog that's lunging at my working dog. The person I was with told me that the dog had a service vest on, and immediately, all of my suspicions had been confirmed. It was definitely a fake service animal. Luckily, this animal wasn't aggressive, but the fact that it was trying so hard to get to Gabrielle told me that it very well could have been. And again, I'm very lucky that Gabrielle reacted so well to this situation, and that it didn't significantly distract her from doing her work. But please, let my story serve as a lesson to any people who are trying to pass their dogs off as service animals. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Say bye. Look. Bye. So good. Oh, you're so good. You're my good girl, huh?